Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Today I'm bringing you this episode of how to get lucky in nursing school. Let me start with introducing myself a little bit. As you guys know, I'm Stephanie, and I just graduated from nursing school, Lehman College in the Bronx, New York. Yeah, it's a CUNY school, and it's a BSN nursing, so it's a 4 years college of nursing. And yes, if anybody could talk about this, how to get lucky in nursing school, I think I qualify. Let's get right into it. How to get lucky with nursing school. First, I think that if there is one thing I found very interesting about nursing school is the fact that before you get into nursing school, you have to believe in yourself. Because most of these nursing schools, when you go in, before you go in, during the prerequisite classes, it's a hurdle on if the nursing school itself is going to take you in. First, I think one thing is to believe in yourself, because when I would use myself and my experience when getting into nursing school as an example. When I wanted to get into nursing school, as my school, Lehman College, is a 4 year college. I was in Bronx Community College. That one was a 2 year college, and during my first year, I really wanted to do that class, that school in 2 years, but it didn't work out. So during my first year, after my first year, the school, my nursing program in that school said I had to stay for another semester before I can get into their nursing program properly. But I didn't think that would work for me, and I realized that another school that was still in the same bracket of my school, but that one was actually a 4 year college nursing, was actually going to take me in to come do the prerequisites with them. I decided to go tell a lot of my friends, let's move. This is a 4 year college. There's no need of wasting one semester to get into a 2 year college nursing. Let's just go to there. And a lot of people I told were really really antagonizing about it. But like, Lehman College, they keep you on waiting list. They don't actually admit students into the nursing program. And I was like, anytime I hear that, I feel like I feel challenged. Like, I don't know what these guys are saying, but for me, I know that I'm getting into this school and I'm not a wait list property. So you know how Africans will be saying that, oh, I'm a wife material. Yeah, that was what I was telling to myself. You really have to believe in yourself and believe in what you're bringing into the table. Anyone that I tell about transferring to Lehman College will be like, are you sure you're going to get into the nursing program? It's like very hectic, and they are really selective on the students they're taking. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but I'm going there. In a way, I found it like people were really underestimating me. So it made me want to believe in myself more. I really did my best to get into that school. I really had to work hard, because it's like everybody I told about it was giving me a no, even before the school gave me a no. Like, I was like, no, I'm not going to take this from you guys. I'm going to make sure. Now it was looking like I had something to prove to them to get into that school. I had to work hard for it and really, I graduated from them. So I actually got in. I think if there is one thing about getting into nursing school, is that you have to believe in yourself. You have to really, when people tell you no, you don't have to, absorb other people's no even before the school itself tells you no. Because if I had listened to, my friends, they were actually concerned. It's not like they were trying to discourage me. They were actually trying to show concern on, are you sure you can go there? Are you sure you can get in? But it depends on you to actually tell yourself, I'm going and I'm surely getting in. I think that's the first step of, making it in nursing school, believing in yourself. The second tip on how to get lucky in nursing school is connecting with people. When we started nursing school, after orientation, I think one thing that stick in orientation period in nursing school is that my chairperson will always tell us, I think that's one thing that he said that stick, is that you can't do nursing alone. You need to connect to people. Sometimes I don't understand how people do it. Like, some people say that I don't like working with people. I don't like, in nursing school, it's like this thing they say, nursing school will humble you. In nursing school, you really have to connect, because Nobody is an island anyways. Connecting with people is one way that you get lucky and make it out from nursing school, because somebody is more widely versed in what areas that you are not. It's not just connecting with people. I know that one thing that connecting with people actually did to me was during my first semester of nursing, the actual first year of first semester of nursing school. We're actually in the COVID season those days. It was early post-COVID season, and school was still online, and I was at initial I was having so much difficulty connecting with people because I wasn't going to class. We weren't going to class, so we were having online classes, and everybody that had online classes this season knew how it was. It was just like log in, and then you don't even have to show your face. You don't even know who is in the other end. You don't see their face. Nobody even wants to show their face. Everybody just wants to just get into the class, and most of the times we are not even the class is not even active or interactive, because most of the times everybody is not even there. You just have to log themselves in and go do their business, and then when the class is out, log yourself out. There was no actually means to connect, but I still had to, because we had to do clinicals. Clinicals was always held in the hospital. There was needs to connect. We had a clinical group of, I think it was 8 people in the clinical group, and to me, I had many Ghanaians and my Nigerian, Spanish in my group, and it was easy connecting with those few. They were the only ones I knew, to some level in my class. I knew nobody. They were the only ones I knew, so I tried my best to connect with them. I tried asking them things, knowing their name. I was open to anything, group WhatsApp. Do you want to us to do a Zoom? Do you want to discuss anything? You definitely have to connect with people, because some people before nursing school, they will be like, yeah, some people, you have some characters pre-nursing school season that I like working on my own. I like doing my own things. But in nursing school, you really have to connect with people. You really have to, like, I know most of my classmates in nursing school, Ghanaians work with Ghanaians, Nigerians, interact with Nigerians. You just have to relate to somebody at a point, which is helpful, because sometimes you run late in class and somebody is running early in class, and you can get notes. You can get notes from friends. You can get, early message passed through to you from class. Sometimes our clinical days can be shifted and, can be changed. And that. I know there is a time I had to go all the way from my house to one clinical, and when I get there was nobody there, and I think I spent like 45 minutes train ride to get to that hospital, and then when I got there, nobody was there. It was like, what if I connected? What if I just hit up people like that was in my group? Because every semester we have to change to another clinical group set of students. If I connected, it would have helped me. And it's not just that. Connecting will give you access to a lot of things in nursing school. You get to, some people has textbooks and have, link or, questions, practice questions that can help you succeed in nursing school. That can help you just succeed. It's good to keep that in mind, that connecting with people in nursing school is very important. When I'm telling you to connect with people, I'm not saying that you don't have a time for yourself in nursing school. You definitely have a time for yourself, because I think that's where people contradict it. You don't go to connect with people, and you go to connect just for unnecessary things. Connect with people to invite you to parties, to invite you to things that are necessary but are not beneficial to your studies, are not beneficial to your schooling. So it's important to know that you connect, and make sure that you're connecting in a way that it's beneficial to your studies and is beneficial to your success in nursing school. It's very important. When you're connecting to people, try and form study groups. Connect with the right people in nursing school. It's very important. Make sure that your study group is a study group and not a gist group. The third tip is learning how to ask for help. I think this is very important, because most nursing students fail because they find it difficult to ask for help. Nursing school is it's very tricky on its own and it's very tedious. And one thing that I think was helpful to me is that I wasn't ashamed to ask for help. I feel like it doesn't make sense to, if I take it like if I don't ask for help and I'm failing, I'll still fail. If there is any means of me asking for help for somebody I think that is getting ahead and is doing better in that class, I will take that opportunity, because if I don't, I fail. If I do, I might get lucky. That's how I see asking for help. Most of the time, nursing students find it difficult to ask for help. So a lot of them end up failing. Because in my school time, I know my first semester nursing school was very hard. I told you a lot of people discouraged me to even apply to my school. And finally, I went, contrary to a lot of people's opinion about my school and getting admitted into nursing program in my school. I went in, and when I finally got in, the first semester was so difficult for me, because it was my first time of experiencing an online class, an online exam. I was failing online. In nursing school, in my school, you have to take 5 exams every semester. Every course has 5 exams to be taken. So you have to take the first class exam, the second class exam, the third class exam, and first HC and this final HC. The final HC is always our final results. And first exam, in my first semester, one of my classes, fundamental nursing, it was one of my classes. A lot of you in nursing school would know it. Fundamental nursing. The first exam, it was online. I was at home. I took the exam at home and I failed it. I wouldn't say I failed it. The cutoff mark was 73. I got 76. So I felt bad within myself, because I'm at home, and a lot of people in my group WhatsApp, we have a group WhatsApp, was hyping themselves. Oh, it was good, I got 90 something, I got 90 something, I got 86, I got this, I got that. And personally, I was like I couldn't even talk, because I got 76. I only barely made it out of the cutoff mark. So when I went to clinical, you connect with your friends. I already have them. My own is that I'm not scared to tell you guys when I fail in any class. I'm not scared. When I get to my friends, I just have to meet all of them. I didn't do good in this exam. How did you pass? How did you? Yeah, that's what I went to do. I went to clinical and I went to tell them, wow, how was the exam? People were telling me I had 96, I have 96, I had 92, and I had 90. I'm like, oh my God, I failed. I had 76. Everybody was like, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? How did you get it wrong? It was at home. Like, what did you do? Didn't you do this? Didn't you do that? Online things, we have ways around online. I was like, I didn't, but truly I didn't, because that was my first time having an exam online, and I wasn't just comfortable with having it online. People helped me. I went to ask for help. I asked them. I was going to tell them, how did you do it? How did you get it right? What are you reading that I'm not reading? A lot of people gave me quick slides. A lot of people gave me, apps, nursing apps to help me, and asking me to do some online ways. But then the next exam came, and when I was trying to do everything I even kind of failed. I got 72, and I'm like, I went back. That's my problem. Like, whether it's good or bad, I'm going to go back and ask for more help to know if really I'm not getting something. I actually went back and I was like, I don't know, this time around it even got worse. When I used what all of you told me, it's getting worse. And one girl told me about, gave me books to read, things to read, and she said she read it and it was helpful in the exam. She didn't even do well in the first one too, just like me. She passed anyways, but not as others did. And I was like, you know what, okay, I'm gonna use what you're telling me. When I went, I studied with what she told me, and finally I made it. I passed that exam, and I just kept passing because I asked for help. If there is one thing in nursing school, I don't think it's something like If you don't know how to ask for help, just have it in mind, have the mentality of, if I don't ask for help, I'll fail. Why don't take a chance in asking for help? It might favor you or it might not, but at least you did try to help yourself. That's how I see asking people for help. So I think as a nursing student, if that's just one thing that helps you get lucky in nursing school, learn how to ask for help when you need it. The fourth tip of getting lucky in nursing school is actually staying positive and motivated. One thing is to connect with people. One thing is to believe in yourself. One thing is to learn how to ask help. But one thing is to stay positive. To tell yourself that people have done it. People have done this nursing school. They've graduated. They've become nurses. I'm no different. Like, people pass this exam, so I can't fail it. It's not an option. Stay positive, because it's so important. So important, because nursing school has every tendency of draining you. Nursing school is going to drain you. I remember my first year exams in nursing school. I literally woke up all night, stayed all night to study, and I went to school to fail the same exam I studied all night. So it's not funny. And then you ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Like, shouldn't I read? Because then you ask people and they will say, oh, I don't know what I did. I didn't even read the textbook. I didn't even. And then you pass. I'm like, I read. I don't know, you didn't read. I know most of them aren't telling you the truth. But I'm just running to the point that nursing school has a tendency of draining your positivity. But one thing that gets you lucky in nursing school is to keep being positive. Is to just stay positive. You know that even when I'm failing, I'm telling myself, people did this. And one thing I'm telling myself is that I'm not going to repeat any class in this school. People go out of nursing school without repeating a class. And so I'm one of them. So I'm not going to repeat a class. So for that reason, I'm going to stay positive to the end and see what it gives me. It doesn't just entail and connecting with people. When it comes to being positive, we have to stay positive to make it out in nursing school, because nursing school really will drain you. And it doesn't just end in being positive. You have to find something that motivates you. For me, I actually had this nurse. It was my friend that was kind of an epistle of what I wanted to be. So I looked onto that, and it motivated me throughout nursing school, because I knew that getting to that position I saw her excelling in, I had to first get it out of nursing school. I had to count one, which is passing nursing schools and passing nursing classes, before I could count even having any opportunity to step into her shoes. That's just saying that being positive, stay positive. People have done it. You can do it. That's another thing that keeps me going, because I believe that anybody that has been a nurse has passed through me suffering in that courses that I'm like in this positive draining nursing school that I'm going through. People have gone through it, and people have excelled past it. So I believe I'm not different from them, and they're not different from me. So if they did it, I can. The final tip on being lucky in nursing school is creating a schedule for yourself. Reading schedule. You know, I said something about having a study group, but most of us, I don't know, but study group didn't help me that much. I'm not saying study group is not helpful. Study group is really helpful when it comes to connecting with people. It's good, but study group most times is not helpful, because people go there and turn the study group into a chatting group. It becomes a conversational group, and most times the conversation doesn't even lead to nursing school. Maybe it looks at things still in nursing most of the time, but outside what is actually important at the instant, which is the study, the chapters that we are there to read. It's very important when you're in nursing school to make a schedule for yourself, reading schedule for yourself. And I know that most of people, you know, in nursing school, first thing they will tell us about is make sure you don't get married, make sure you don't have a full-time job, make sure that you don't give birth in nursing school. It's just like an orientation. They have to orient you to all these things. But in the same nursing school, people go through nursing school get married in nursing school, give birth to children in nursing school, have a full-time job in nursing school. Even though the full-time job in nursing school, I wouldn't even recommend it. I didn't have a full-time job, and I didn't know if I would have survived having a full-time job in nursing school. But people did have a full-time job in nursing school. So it then runs up with how do you, prioritize your time, your study time. How do you put your studies first in all the other schedules that you have? Because if those people actually get pregnant, had children, take care of kids in nursing school, I don't know if I had the strength to do it, but people did it. If they had the time to do it and they still passed every classes that I did pass and joined me to, graduate. So I think that it really depends on how you put your schedule. And then it's how you make a realistic schedule for yourself. Most of us, we do schedules and yeah, it's a schedule, and we know that it's not a schedule. It's really not meaningful making a schedule if you don't meet the target of making the schedule. So when you're making a schedule, make sure you make a realistic schedule for yourself. Within your daily schedule, make sure you don't forget that you put your school, your studies, a priority in any of the schedule that you're doing for your, for your life. You can be going to work. Your break time can be assignment time, nursing assignment time. Your free days can be a full-time study day for nursing, for your school. Catch up with your class work. Make sure you're not lacking behind. Make sure that you're meeting up with your schedules. It helps you very much. I think it's one secret that helped me out of nursing school, because for me, as I said, I didn't have a full-time job, and I didn't even know if I would have survived with a full-time job. But the job I had, my nursing school was still priority, right? My lunch break was assignments, as I was assignment time. My free days at work was a library time. You try and fix yourself and make out things that work out for you and stick to it. So finally, in recap of our tips, first, you have to believe in yourself. That lays a foundation and is very important. Believe in yourself. People get through nursing school. People have written the HACs, written the T's, getting. You're not different. You can. People do. So when you believe in yourself, you try and connect with people. Nobody's an island. You can't do it alone. Nursing school is crazy difficult. So you cannot do it alone, because you can't cover all this. Your teachers could not cover the textbook for you. So you definitely can't cover it alone. So connect with people. Thirdly, which, the first one and the second one, believing in yourself and connecting with people. Many people tell us about that. In nursing school orientation, they will tell you about that. But one thing that they fail to tell us, many people don't loud it out, is asking for help. It doesn't make you small when you ask for help. Ask for help. When it's difficult, something that is difficult for you might be very easy for somebody else. Why not ask? And if there is anything I'm sure with nursing schools, everybody nursing students have to show themselves. If they are good at it, they are eager to help you if you ask. So don't forget to always ask for help. So the fourth one is make sure that you stay positive and motivated. Make sure that you find somebody that you really want to be. You really want to mirror image of what you want for yourself, and then you fight through it. Because all these nurses, DMP that you see, being professional nurses, doctor nurses, they went to nursing school. They didn't just jump into becoming a DMP. They went to, all the stress that you're going through, somebody that you see on top has gone through it and succeeded. So you can stay positive. Don't let your positivity be drained, and be motivated. And finally, make sure you set realistic schedule for yourself, and make sure that you meet up the schedule that you set for yourself. There is no need of setting schedules if you don't meet up with that schedule. What's the need? So if you set a schedule for yourself, make it realistic, and make sure that you tax yourself to make out a profit out of that schedule for your own good. So with all these tips, I hope that it helps somebody preparing free nursing, aspiring into nursing program, or somebody that is already in the nursing program. I hope it helps you out. Thank you for watching to the end. Like, share, and comment. Make sure that you share, importantly, in case you have a nursing student or aspiring nursing student that wants to know how to make it through nursing school. Make sure you share to them. Okay, so my next episode, I'll be giving you guys many nursing contents. So stay tuned and subscribe and follow us in all our social media platforms.